We just talked about this the other day, but Band-Maid's Kanami just released some footage of her trying out her new Überschall by Bogner, and also you can see her entire pedal board right here, which I thought was really cool to see that. It looks like she's testing out new pedals because I do remember it a lot more condensed, a little bit neater, but she's obviously like plugging in and trying out different pedals. I don't remember seeing that wah pedal there, and when I looked closely, I realized it's one of these guys. It's a Morley wah pedal, which I just discovered. I've never tried one of these before, but Gus G from Firewind, he gave this to me as a gift, which shout out to Gus G. And one thing I love about these pedals, what she's using right there, she's using, I think, one of the versions that have the pedals here where you can, forget what you can do with it. But the thing that's amazing about these, why it caught my attention is when you press on these, the wah auto activates, unlike the very famous wah pedal, the Crybaby wah, you have to click down for it to activate. And I love this thing, and I can't wait to start incorporating it myself. But you literally just go like this, and it starts just wahing right away, which makes these things pretty awesome, pretty cool. But let's check out this clip real quick of her using this pedal board setup that she has going on right now, and this Bogner head. Overall, I love the tone of it. I mean, this is through a phone, so it's going to sound really cool live. But there's so many pedals. That is a crazy amount of pedals. She has her H9 still there, and she has some other processors, so she's using so much. I mean, this just goes to show you how crazy she is with her craft, right? Not only from the playing side, but from the sound engineering side, because essentially she's being a sound engineer at this point. You are being a guitar sound engineer right here. This is what we do in the mixing world too. There's a lot of pedals that we add essentially on the channel strips, and then we send it off to a bunch of other things that modulate it further, and that's what she's got going on here. She's got tons of pedals out there, and I'd be curious to see what this turns into, because I thought she's going to use all those. She might. I mean, her pedal board is quite beefy. Every time I've seen it live, it's pretty extensive, and it's pretty out there. I use a Helix to make my life simple. I don't do this anymore. I used to. I still have my pedal board over here set up, but it's just like a skeleton of one right now. These are the only pedals I ended up keeping. See, I have the Crybaby wah here, but I'm swapping this out with this one. Sometimes I like using my pedal board, and sometimes I like using the Helix. Lately, I've been using the Helix, though. Also, some more pictures of her new guitar. She displays it right here, and this is definitely a PRS, guys. This is a PRS. I think she's going to get her first custom guitar by PRS, which I'm super excited for her. Now, one of my students brought up a good point about this. He was saying, do you think they're going to sell this out to the public, or this guitar is just going to be for her? I'm actually, now that I think about it, it might be just a guitar for her. It's going to be a private stock guitar. Maybe they'll have a second one, but I doubt it. And those normally go for like 20 grand, those private stock PRS guitars, but I have a feeling this is just going to be a custom one for her. I don't think she's going to have something like what Santana has, where they have like a $700 version of his guitar, or like Tremonti has, where he has like a $700 version of his guitar. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. If they see enough demand with it, maybe they could. And if you do want to see that happen, all you got to do is just comment all the time underneath PRS's page, make a Band-Maid custom guitar. But you can totally tell it's the same shape. Look at it. It's totally the same shape. It's a PRS. I think that's determined now. Even, yeah, and it's definitely private stock for sure, 100%. It's a PRS private stock. I'm gonna put my money on that. Let me know if. Let's make bets down below. What do you guys think? And then an update from hanabie. We have an update on Chica, who just recently injured her wrist at a rehearsal. She posted over on X that thanks to the support of all the members of staff, I'm on the road to recovery. Your messages are very encouraging to me. I can't wait to play the drums in front of everyone. I love you all. And then she posted, thank you for waiting. My wrist is feeling good. So it's looking like she's going to be back in action very soon. Also, Baby Metal. We have Karate, Ratatata, and Gimme Chocolate live at Pink Pop 2024. Looks like we got a legitimate, credible post, so we can react to this, reactors. This is okay to react to, I think, at least. You know, it's never guaranteed. It's never guaranteed. Eric and I will be checking this out Wednesday later on at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications if you want to watch a reaction to this Baby Metal 3-song little clip from the Pink Pop 2024. Also, Baby Metal does an interview with Download Festival 2024, Ratatata with Electric Callboy. Everyone, I'm going to be reading off Baby Metal's responses for the audio podcast listeners or anybody that's trying to listen to this in their car so they can understand what they're saying. So you might want to skip this part if you don't want to hear me reading the girls' responses.
Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Download Festival 2024. Baby Metal are back in the UK and they join me now. Hi guys, how we doing? Hi. Lovely to see you, lovely to see you. Welcome back to the UK Festival. I want to talk to you guys about some of your amazing collaborations you've been doing recently. There's been so many of them, so many interesting different artists. I want to begin with Bring Me the Horizon because that's obviously a little bit a while back now, but you've been playing the gigs as well. You did it live with them recently out in the US, I know, at Sick New Worlds and everything. Tell me a little bit about getting to work with them and getting to perform that song live on a big festival stage.
Okay, so we start off with Moa's response here. She says, "We've been friends with Bring Me the Horizon for a long time. At festivals, we've been talking about wanting to collaborate on a song for a long time, and it finally happened in 2020. It was in 2023 that we were able to collaborate and perform live. So over the past 3 years, we've been really inspired by Kingslayer. When we stood on stage together, I got goosebumps and had so much fun. Sick New World was a lot of fun too, and I'm looking forward to doing it with them again someday in the future."
Oh, yeah, it was so great to see you guys finally be able to perform that one, and particularly out of Sick New World. It just looked absolutely incredible. What a fantastic moment that was. We've got to mention this new single because I think you guys paired with Electric Callboy is such a phenomenal, phenomenal move. We love those guys. We love their style. We love like just the mix of styles between you guys. It works really well. Tell me a little bit about working on that song and getting to work with those guys.
So Sue responded with, "Originally we wanted to make a song that everyone would get excited about at live performances, like Electric Callboy's We Got the Moves. So we decided to ask them if we could do something together. We made an offer to them to see if there's any chance, and they kindly accepted. And this song became real. After all, in the process of making songs, we're the type of band that takes a lot of time to create songs in a stoic manner. And they're also a band that takes their songs very seriously. So we made a lot of demos. It's a song that took a lot of time to create by sending a lot of notes back and forth. So when we performed it in front of the fans, the reaction was great. And now it's become a song that everyone gets really excited for at live shows. I'm glad we did it." Now, I just wanted to mention, yeah, this is how it goes. There's a lot of note taking that goes back and forth when you're doing anything. Honestly, musically, when you're working with artists all over the world, I can't imagine how much back and forth went with these two because of the perfectionism that comes from both bands. So I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah. Like I say, those styles blend really, really well together. It makes a lot of sense, and great to see you guys playing that one live as well. I do want to mention, we're obviously at 10 years now since the debut album, which is absolutely crazy the amount of time has passed. That's making me feel very, very old. But I just would love to get some kind of favorite memories of that time and making that record, but also, are there any favorite moments playing those songs live? I mean, they always go down so well in the set list because people know them so well now. Yeah, any kind of favorite moments there?
So Sue responds with, "My most memorable experience was in the Soundsphere Festival in 2014. It was when we got to do a live show in the UK. And until then, we had never really been abroad at the time. So metal fans were like, what are these kids? And this isn't metal." When we stood on stage in front of 50,000 people with so many critical opinions, everyone looked a little scared at first, and they had these expressions on their faces like, what are these kids doing? But when the last song came around, everyone got excited. And after the show was over, the audience shouted out, "We want more." And at that moment, I thought that we went beyond words. In other words, we transcended words, genres, and borders. And it gave us a tremendous amount of confidence that we could do it. And that confidence still holds true today. And you can hear this in their performance. They definitely are still like as confident as ever when they play live.
UK crowds always go hardest, I'll tell you. It's always the best. That's the way it works. One more collaboration I did.
Does UK crowds go the hardest? Leave a comment down below. Which crowds go the hardest?
To mention, because they're here this weekend, of course, the brilliant Mr. Tom Morello. Now, you got to work with him. Absolute legend, so admired. Just tell me a little bit about that experience, because I also love the fact that he, after everything he's done, really likes supporting newer artists who are at an earlier stage of their career. Tell me a little bit about working with Tom.
そうですね。メタ
So Sue responds again to this question, and she says, we collaborated with Tom Morello on the song Metali. And the moment he sent us the demo with his guitar, it felt like the song had become magical. I felt that the song had been repainted, or rather, I didn't think that just one guitar sound could change the song so much. I was really surprised by Tom Morello's magic. Even now, Metally is one of the songs that gets everyone excited at live performances. We always have Tom Morello playing behind us on screen, and I think it's heartwarming to have him playing with us all the time. I really love how they do that with collabs. When they do play those collabs live, they have the person on screen. Just like when they did the song with Joaquin from Sabaton and they did Homage and I, it's really cool how they still put him on the screen afterwards.
Yeah, phenomenal performer. So great to see him there this weekend as well. It's very, very cool. I want to mention new music briefly because, of course, like we say, the Electric Callboy tracks out there. There's been some other collaborations as well. In terms of more new music from Baby Metal, what can you tell us? What kind of stage you at in terms of working on more new stuff?
So Momo Metal answers this question, and she says, maybe more will happen than you expect, but only the Fox God knows. And we all knew that response was going to happen. That's why we didn't ask that question in New York. Well, I think we did just so they could say it because we wanted a clip of them saying it on camera. But yeah, it's always going to be the same answer.
One final question for you. We've been asking everybody here this weekend because, like we say, it's Download Festival. So many amazing artists here all weekend. Is there anybody here that you've not worked with before, you've not toured with before or anything, who you would really, really love to work with in the future? Anyone here at Download this weekend?
lot. Fall Out Boy.
Good choice for a start. That's a great choice. I'll take that one straight away. Fall Out Boy and Baby Metal. Come on.
Fall Out Boy? I thought it was Hearing Things. Did she really say Fall Out Boy?
Fall Out Boy.
Good choice for a start. That's a great choice.
That would be interesting. What would you guys think about a Fall Out Boy and Baby Metal collaboration? Actually, I think it could work because Fall Out Boy has changed their music drastically. Anyways, what did you all think about this interview? Leave those comments down below. By the way, join our Discord server because we always ask you guys what questions you want us to ask your favorite artists, and we always make sure to include those in there for any interview that I do. We have a lot of interviews coming up, and you never know who we're going to interview. So make sure you join our Discord server. We always talk about music over there, music news, and anything music related. So also in music news, major American music labels sue generative AI music platforms. This is going to be the first case of its kind over AI audio. What you all need to know, key takeaway number one, a group of major music labels have banded together to sue the leading generative AI music creation websites, alleging that the websites unlawfully trained their AI on the label's copyrighted sounds and recordings. Now, I think that's a really good premise to fight with, and I think they could actually win. But you would have to prove that they're using that for their AI to learn, which obviously they are. How else are they learning? Unless there is a loophole, though. There is a loophole. One thing that they could do is they could re-record the songs themselves and then feed that to the AI overlords, and then they learn from that. Maybe I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think. The key takeaway number two that they're putting here, the lawsuit is the first of its kind against music/sound-based generative AI program, as opposed to pending lawsuits targeting text and image generation. That's all we've had so far. So, Universal Music Group, Sony Music, and Warner Music Group, of course, they're the ones suing them, represented by the Recording Industry Association of America, known as a RIAA, have sued online music AI generator Suno AI, which is funny because I just used that AI the other day for a Firewind song, which was hilarious. It's up on the gram somewhere under Dicodec if you want to check it out. But for alleged copyright infringement, accusing them of replicating their artists' music using AI technology. The Suno complaint is filed in the U.S. District Court of District Massachusetts, and the audio complaint is filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. The lawsuits also target Alphabet Incorporated, Google's parent company. The RIAA is asking for damages amounting to up to $150,000 per infringing song. That's a lot of money, guys. A lot of songs out there, which could amount to hundreds of millions of dollars. So I really think that argument that I just told you guys about just a second ago, I really think that's what they're going to use to fight this. Maybe not. What do you think? What do you think could be their argument for not getting sued, or like, what do you think their argument could be to get this like tossed out? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. Suno and Udio are text-to-music AI generators, which allow users to create full-length songs with instrumentation and lyrics based on what a user inputs into the program. For example, music and tech publications have tested Suno by inputting short text phrases like Tech Radar, asking to generate a song celebrating gadgets and technology in the genre of electronic chill wave, and having Suno produce song like Future Frequencies. Or Rolling Stone requesting a Delta Blues track and producing Soul of the Machine. AI-generated songs such as these, among others, has shaken the music industry. Music generation programs use both diffusion and transformer models to publish AI output, i.e. both combining and creating musical elements on the back end of the program in order to generate novel outputs. Now, there's something that I want to mention about the AI stuff, because I use AI myself to learn songs or to separate tracks and things like that. I don't know where this is going to lead to, guys. I really don't, because you could separate the tracks and it'll sound like a totally different song. For instance, we're just working on a new hanabie song, right? I took the drums out of there, so it was easier for my drummer to learn that song. But I mean, technically, you could just take the drums out and just record your own guitars over it and then put a different vocalist on there. And I don't know if anybody would really know, you know? I don't know if there would be anyone that could tell at that point. So you're technically using the drums of the original recording, and I'm sure somebody's done that already. I think I have done that in one of my... Yeah, we did it for the guitar and bass cover of Auto song. You know, we used the drums. Obviously, they still got credited for it, and they got the copyright money for it. So I guess that doesn't really matter, because if you do covers, they're still going to get the money anyways. So I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought this through all the way. I'm going to think through this a little bit more and talk about it with Eric tomorrow on the Wednesday podcast, and we'll see what he thinks. We'd love for you all to drop by and let us know your thoughts. Drop some comments down below. We'll read them over on the podcast. And I hope you guys enjoy these quick news updates. If you do enjoy news updates like this, consider subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications. We love to talk about music. We love to react to music, and we love to play music. See you all in the next one. See you!